Go.
Okay, we are still alive. This is the Spectator cast. I am Zero Effect, and I'm with coolcmcgee, Fourwind, and JJJ. This was supposed to be the post NEC cast, and I guess it still will be, but it's a little bit later than usual, so please bear with us on that when this goes up on YouTube or whatever. So, all right, I guess me and Jay were the only ones at NEC this year.
We were the only
So
two entrants.
out of the four of us, yeah.
Yeah.
So I know you just recently posted a video from NEC for your set of I Have a Samurai videos. So
It's true.
that's I don't know how did your overall NEC experience go aside from that particular match?
I think we were fine. I really liked it. I really liked all the people. I really liked all the games. I got to play against Gold Shad for the first time. That was cool. And,
Oh, you never played against him. That's right.
No. I mean, the only other opportunity was last year, but I was too busy having Ruka annihilate me.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, wow, I keep thinking that was like 2 years ago. Oh damn.
I don't know. Time really flies, man. We're not getting any younger.
Neither is this game, apparently.
Oh,
This is
We need
true.
an SE6 announcement. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It was probably one of my more lax performances, but as far as meeting some of the new people, like Nice Like Ice, I got to meet for the first time.
Yeah.
Sultan, Fire Necromancer, a lot of these guys. Well, he's been out to tournaments before.
Yeah, you've
but
met him before, I'm sure.
I've never talked to him before. No.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I mean, I like the new guys. Sultan, I thought was a much more pleasant surprise than I would have expected.
Yeah, that's something that I talked about in the video too.
Oh, did you? Okay, I guess I missed that part, but
You didn't even watch it, did you? You miserable motherfucker.
Did you see him at all outside of your tournament set? Because I was playing him all the night before, so.
I played him. He was actually the first matches that I had in NEC. We played a casual set there, and then we played in the tournament. Unfortunately, that was it. He wasn't there for top 8. I guess he just continued to play up in the hotel room.
Okay.
Would you
But, I mean,
would
yeah,
you
yeah.
say he plays differently offline than online, or
No, not really.
okay?
No transformation, man?
No.
No, it's basically the same stuff, I'd say. Didn't really seem to get nervous. He did the same kind of stuff.
Huh.
Yeah, it was basically all the same.
Stick to your guns.
Yeah.
Better look out, Wind. It's coming for you.
Dude, I'm fucked.
He's coming for you?
No,
What happened?
No, there was some old stuff that someone attempted to make.
Oh, that's
between them.
right. Yeah, that's right. Apparently, Wind is free.
Yeah.
It's true.
In the eyes of
Sultan.
Yeah.
Because
From
I got my
what
ass kicked.
I've been told. From what I've been told.
In the eyes of a lot of other people too, I would assume.
I blame Fusion.
Exposed. But yeah, I hadn't played Sultan online in probably months, maybe even a year, before actually playing him at NEC. So he was a very different player when I played him. So maybe you had played him a lot online, so that's probably why you didn't notice much of a difference.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. But
That is true.
but he I just say he was a pleasant surprise because his genuine love for the game and the scene that I don't really see that much
Yeah.
from like people just getting into it now. Like they're either getting into it with this idea that, all right, well, I've been playing all this time, so I'm expecting to be the best and that's it. Or just people who are just weird and not sociable at all. So it was good that he was not either of those things.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really, really happy with it. And same with Nice Like Ice, and same with a variety of other people. It really gives me hope for like the next generation of players.
Hope just you mean in the attitude sense or in the skill
Yeah, exactly. It's not a matter of, I don't know. I've just always felt that there was a lot of ego bashing going around and pointless shit talk that doesn't really mean anything, and just a lot of stuff that I never really enjoyed. And this time around, there was like basically none of that. It was just a whole bunch of guys just sitting around playing the game that they like.
No, yeah, it reminded me of like getting into Soul Calibur 4, where we didn't really know the game. We were just kind of there and playing people we knew enjoyed the same type of fighting game. So before egos and expectations came into play.
Before woes grounded us into dust.
Yeah, I don't think I ever liked that guy.
No,
to be honest.
I never have. There's not much to like with him. He's a pretty boring guy.
Deviant bastard.
Oh man. No, Woes was there, even though he entered as some weird name. I don't even remember what it was.
It wasn't Ruthless X Toki?
No, it was
something
Daddy.
else.
Was it Daddy Duncan? Because that was Partisan's entry, I believe.
That's what it was. Daddy.
Oh yeah.
That was Partisan's entry name. So
Yeah.
he took that.
Well, I mean, I guess you can't argue with the guy when he ends up winning.
Yeah.
Regardless
No,
of
you
his
can
name.
argue.
Speaking of people taking names, do you guys know who played as me? Jay,
No.
you played.
I think
You,
that was IRL,
quote unquote played me, Jay. That's what at least what the pool said. So I was like, all right, whoever.
I think I believe it was IRM that took that spot, wasn't it?
No, IRM registered under his own name. Like he paid for his own thing. I told him he could take mine, but apparently he didn't or something like that. And I had even emailed Big E, and I don't know if he ever did anything about that, but I'm pretty sure he didn't. But yeah, apparently someone played for me, so I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking another thing, do you guys know what happened like on the first day with the streaming that was supposed to happen for you guys, like the pools that we were supposed to have?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well,
that
it was a big time scheduling problem.
Oh yeah.
Just like us trying to get on the stream, and they're saying, well, we don't have everything set up yet, and we couldn't wait any longer to start the tournament to start pools. So it was just like, all right, fuck it, we'll just try to record as much as Avalon was going to record as much as they could, and then that was just going to be that. We were supposed to be on stream, I think, from 2 p.m. to.
I think you were supposed to be like the first one on stream.
Yeah,
for
pretty decent
Beefers.
chunk of time.
I think it was 2 to 4. I think. Because that's when the first pool started, so it was probably around 2 to 4, and it just, for some reason, they didn't have the stuff set up in time. I've never seen that before, so...
Yeah, I think it was a TV issue. I believe Sandman told me that Bifuteki just didn't have the right TV or something like that, and refused to even... Sandman offered his own TV, and that apparently wasn't good enough, and it was a very weird situation just overall.
See, alright, now... I don't want to sound ungrateful or anything, because I know for as long as I can remember, Soul Calibur has been pretty much covered by Bifuteki, but it just seems like there's just a lax, I don't know if it's just because the game is not as important, or if it's just the quality of what they do, but it just seems like there's a lax, presentation about it,
Yeah.
You would never see that for Street Fighter or Marvel, where it's like, oh, well, sorry, we don't have this shit ready.
Yeah, I mean, those are the really important games. In all honesty, I've felt for the longest time that the only reason why Soul Calibur 5 is even a side game at these tournaments is because of Big E, because he has such a relationship with the community and a relationship with hubs and stuff like that. So I don't mean to slam Beef. Well, I guess I kind of do, but I don't really think that Bifuteki or the people who run that stream really care about the game. It's just what they were told, what Big E told them to stream. So it just is what it is, I guess.
I mean, yeah, there's a definite lax, I can tell, because even at TFC, every other 3D fighter game went perfectly, but when it came to us, it's like, we don't have a copy of Soul Calibur at all, so they had to take an additional 20 extra minutes to find a copy instead of taking someone else's, I think, because I remember someone offering one, I believe.
Well,
so yeah,
I mean,
similar situation. So
I don't know if that'd be on him so much as people just not being prepared on the player side. But I just mean it just seems like there's a lot more downtime. There's a lot less urgency to get the shit taken care of. But I mean, but I know he's covered other games where it's like that's not the case. So I don't know if that's just because Soul Calibur's so early in the morning or so early in the day or what. But
It's his lunch break.
To be honest, it doesn't really bother me all that much, just because I'm not really there for that sort of thing. I would assume,
Right.
just like all the other times where I've been a viewer, that would bother me. But I try to not let that kind of stuff get to me, because there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
It just is what it is, and yeah, it sucks. But the only thing I can say is, like, well, if we were a more popular game, then it wouldn't be this case. But no sense in pointing fingers, because I've tried that, and it doesn't seem to be getting anything done.
Well, no, it's just something I noticed. I didn't know if anyone else had been aware of that or
Yeah. No,
whatever.
I would say that it's generally accepted amongst the whole community that to believe we are going to get the respect we feel we deserve in the tournament scene is just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh no, well, not unless we get like maybe within the first couple of months when the game is fresh and we get like hundreds of people.
I don't know. Like, did you feel that way when Soul Calibur 5 came out?
Well, I wasn't at the first Soul Calibur 5 major, which was Winter Brawl.
You weren't there?
No,
I
that
thought
was
you
the
were.
one Link. That was the one Link won.
Oh.
I wasn't there for that. I was there for the Summer Jam after that, which didn't draw as much, but it was still pretty high because the game was still new.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that's when you had like Justin Wong and Chris G and these guys still playing.
Flo, I beat
CD
Flo at that
Junior.
tournament.
Flo, yeah, that's right, Flo. And those guys will come back once 6 comes out, like
Yeah, but
just
it's
to
only for
try
a
and
short
get the
time.
Yeah.
right, just to try and get the pot bonuses and
Yeah, exactly.
all this stuff,
It's important to note that we still have pop bonuses. That's not nothing.
Yeah.
No,
I
yeah.
know.
I think that's important to note.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Big E's definitely supported us probably more than anyone else.
We
I mean,
deserve.
especially. I mean, ever since Jaxel left, it seems like it's him
Yeah.
and Hubs, and then Avalon on the side of capturing content and stuff.
Sure, like they don't host tournaments is the major difference there.
Well, yeah, but they do what they can.
Yeah, they should do that.
So yeah. Anyway, still going on NEC. I already know that this was not one of my better showings. I mean, I know how you feel about it, but I don't. Maybe
It was
everyone else.
my worst.
Not everyone else does.
It was my absolute. I'm pretty sure it's my absolute worst showing in SC5.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Like, I believe it compares with my absolute worst SC4 tournament results as well.
You know what? That might be true for me too. Actually.
Yeah, I think the worst I ever went in SC4 was 2-2.
No, I definitely went 0-2 in SC4, but 5.
Okay, well, I didn't, so yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, it is good for me. It is quite literally good for me.
God damn it.
Oh, well.
But since you, I mean, you kind of showed the match that you and Sultan. Talk about some of the other matches you had, or that you.
What was
can
your
remember.
favorite match?
Of the tournament or of mine?
You.
Me specifically, it was playing against Nice Like Guys.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was a wake up call, and I really liked how he played differently. Have you seen the match?
I don't think so. Who do you play as?
He played Viola.
Oh shit. All right.
He is the only Viola player to beat me aside from Las Providence.
Well, damn.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
I completely forgot toward the beginning of this tournament that Nice Like Ice was coming to this, and then just see him go all the way to third was like, all right, shit.
Yeah,
Like,
that was definitely a wake up call that a matchup that I thought I was supremely confident in I need to take another look at it.
I mean, that one was kind of down to the wire, though. So
That's true.
And
But I still need to take another look at it.
And there was a point where you actually should have gotten beat worse than you did.
I mean,
where-
that happens all the time.
No. But I mean, like, you were supposed to be wrung out, and like some weird shit
Yeah.
happens.
All right, but I mean, if we're gonna talk about that, then you can say literally the entire top 8 of Summer Jam shouldn't have happened the way that it did. But Ninja Guy and Ruthless Void were very, very nice about it.
Oh well.
Damn. Yeah, Ruthless. He got the playoff against Woes twice, didn't he? Because I think he was in his
Ooh, I
playoff.
don't know actually.
I specifically remember that. I think basically,
Yeah, I
Ruthless had
think
to
he
play
got.
him twice.
I think he got knocked out by Woes twice. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So I was like, all right, that sucks getting beat by.
I know how that feels.
Oh man. I also know that was Linksor's I
Oh,
guess
that's right. Yeah.
yeah, one of our newer dudes. That was his tentacle first major. I
It was
know.
his first tournament?
Well, not his first tournament, but his first like major tournament. Like the first tournament he went to was like something called like Defend the North, which was like just extremely small.
He
Yeah.
does go to Defend the North. He won Defend the North.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Those
So,
6 people.
Wind, how does that make
Oh.
you feel that Link has won a tournament before you? And me. So,
Wait,
Yes.
who are you asking?
Yeah.
Wind.
Fuck you.
Oh, Wind. Have you played Link? Wind?
I've known Link I knew like the old Link. Like old Link was like he was an Xbox Live dude.
How old was he?
Yeah, he would complain to me about overkill and send me very hateful messages. That's what he did.
Ah, I see.
And then he got introduced to 8-Way, and then his attitude changed, and he got extremely. He is a lot better from what he was. He really plays Siegfried a lot different.
Yeah.
Or even
Yeah,
I think
he does fine.
yeah, like he tells me like how he can beat Salmon into Sigmirs and whatnot. So I'm like, all right, well, Mike, I guess that makes you number
doesn't
one
really-
Sig.
That doesn't really mean all that much though.
Were
Siegfried, for one, Siegfried is terrible, and for two, Salmon doesn't really even play Siegfried anymore.
That's
as
what I
much as
said.
he hates to say it to himself. He's a viola player. That's just straightly how it is.
Well, then I guess congratulations, Link. You're the only Siegfried left in the world.
Siegfried is so bad. So unreasonably just slow and lumbering and just nothing.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's bad, but like, he's definitely not the worst.
Well, of course.
He's one of the worst.
He's like bottom 3 or 4. I don't know.
Well, I'm not sure if I would go that. Well, I would like say like top of bottom 5.
Okay, then yeah, I'm thinking out of like, unless are we counting Double Gen or no?
Oh, I
No.
wasn't. So
Yeah, like
yeah, I guess we kind of have to now, don't we?
yeah, since he's technically even though no one has used him yet.
No one's played him yet. Yeah.
No one's going to use.
All right, I'm gonna do it. Final round.
Can you
you'll see.
imagine the guy who's like, okay, I've learned everything about the game, and I'm definitely sure that Devil Jin is the
my
way
way.
to go in year 75 of this game.
I figured it out.
Well, dude,
I've seen the light.
what about that Super Robot guy? If he ever became an offline player, what do you think? You think
He's
he
not
would,
going to. There's no point in thinking about it. It's not going to happen.
Yo, him versus
Also,
BDW.
also no, because he would play Leisha. His Leisha's a lot better.
Oh, that's right. He does play Leisha.
Yeah,
His Leisha's pretty good.
Leisha's his technical main, but
Yeah.
he never played
I
it.
don't
For
know.
me,
I'd
at
have to
least.
It makes no sense, but I guess if it works.
Well, that's the way it is with all of his characters, but I would say that
No, but-
Leisha is his best one, and then he also plays
I-
Astaroth and Maxi, and
He plays about everybody.
I
But
thought Shinji was the king of Alatia, and it doesn't make sense. But now he's even starting to. He looked a lot better at NEC.
looked a lot more logical.
Just what he was doing, a lot more logical. It just made a lot more sense,
Huh.
and it just looked like he was playing a lot more solid. But I think who did he lose to? I think he lost to Ruthless Void and I want to say Black Mamba.
oh yeah,
Oh, right,
yeah,
Black
Black
Mamba
Mamba
was
was
there.
there.
Yeah,
I
Black
didn't get to see Black
there.
Mamba or Shinji.
Dude,
So bad.
I was surprised. I'm like, holy shit, this freaking Black Mamba's at this tournament,
Yeah.
and people lost to him. And that dude hasn't played
Yeah,
this game in forever.
He usually signs up and doesn't play because he's usually
Yeah.
doing something else. So
Yeah.
it was weird actually seeing him sit down and play for the first time in like months.
And he's
Maybe-
by no means bad. I think in SC5 he
No,
has a
no.
2-0 record against me.
No, he's solid. He still has his fundamentals.
All right, then yeah, I was like thinking like he's probably like playing off just fundamentals and whatnot. I was like he hasn't played this game in forever, so I was thinking like all right, he's just probably going off like memory and just how to play all fighting games really. So,
Yeah.
Because what is he really big in? Isn't he big in DOA or something? I have no idea what he plays.
He's one of the most winningest fighting game players in history, I believe.
I know that for much, but like, I never knew like what his main game was. All I know is that he was like most
Lead
winningest.
DOA is the thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I was like, all right. I was like, that was cool. I guess I don't know, but I was trying to think of something else of like people who were there that I guess people weren't really aware of.
Oh, by the way, Jay, were you there when Oof's kid called Link a girl?
No, I was
No.
there. I was there
Okay.
when literally everybody else did that, but I was not there when he did.
No, but it was the fact that it was Oof's kid that made
Yeah.
it hilarious.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
He just gave no fucks. He's a kid. He was just like, what? I forget what he asked, but he was like, oh, this. What did she want? She's cool. And then Oof had to tell him over and over. He's like, no, that's a dude. That's a guy. And he's like, what? with that innocent like.
Yeah.
So
The very idea of that.
like that's no way that's a guy. And I'm just looking at him like, thank you. Thank you, kid. Thank you, Lucas. I am not the only one
Oh man.
whose
Damn.
mind went there.
No
But he's
man.
only like, what, 15, 16?
No, Link's 16 as well.
16, all right. Well, close enough. Goddamn those jeans, man. Like, he'll be like 48 and still
Did
look
he
12.
stand? Did he stand out between you guys? Because apparently he says he's 6'3". So.
Oh yeah, he is pretty tall.
I didn't even notice, to be honest. I never stood next to him to see.
Tallest girl I've ever met.
Oh my
God damn it! That's great that that Oof's kid.
This
called
kid
him.
was hilarious, man.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Should we get into it? Are we anything else really about NEC? I guess McGee, you were there watching with me. What did you like seeing, dude?
I actually didn't get to watch because I was working.
Wow, pleb.
What a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Oh man, finals was so hard for me to watch. Like,
Why?
Because I was so mad. I wasn't playing in top 8.
Oh, well, I've never played in top 8 of
So
NEC, so
bad.
that doesn't bother me.
Yeah, but I mean, I would say out of all of the pool assignments I've been given for NEC over the years, this was the best chance I had to being in top 8, and it just did
I
not.
got asked to do commentary.
Granted, it was it was, huh? You what?
I was told that the chat specifically asked me to do commentary, so that made me feel good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jay, I have to tell you this. I think I don't know who he is, but he's like one of the guys from UK. He said he didn't like your commentary because you were extremely biased.
That makes sense. No, I understand that.
Then I told him like you do realize this guy was an American, and then like he plays this guy like I don't know how many times. So it's like of course you got to root for your country, man.
Yeah,
Can't
I would
have-
argue that it was going to be lopsided no matter what in
Well,
the
of
grand
course.
finals, based
Yeah.
on based on nationalities and everything. But obviously, I also have the extra bias where Woz is a pretty good friend of mine.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Yeah, that's what I told him. He's like, all right. Well, I was like, you gotta understand, man. We gotta defend our country.
I need to work on the biased amount.
Nah, man, you're just for being a true American. That's all that matters.
I mean, I didn't get to hear it. So was it just you trashing the guy, or was it just
No.
more like?
No, he wasn't trashing him. Just like you could obviously tell that, of course,
You were more
Jay didn't want
excited
him
when
to hit.
Woz land a hit.
Yeah, like
than-
he wanted him to like punish like a whiff like freaking 3-3B with the one BB just
Yeah.
frame. Yeah.
In my defense, if Gold Shad was missing those things, I would have pointed that out as well. Like it was I was just pointing out what I was seeing on the screen, and it happened to be mistakes that Woz was making, and not what Gold Shad was making.
Yeah, like no, your commentary was fine. It's the fact like you could obviously tell like who you were rooting for yourself, and like you had your like little
Yeah.
things like what there. It's like that's fine. Like he was still commentating the match and pointing out things. So I don't know.
You could hear the patriotic undertones in your voice.
I would have to say like Sandman getting as far as he did was.
Oh, nobody expected that.
Oh yeah.
No, but I'm glad it happened. To be honest,
Why is that?
because it was
wasn't.
just who said that? Wind.
Yeah, I wasn't happy about that, man. I wanted Party Wolf to take that all the way back. I was happy to see that he was playing out the all goal and like how well he was doing.
Say how you
It's-
really feel. You hate Sandman.
All
You've
right,
never
okay,
liked Sandman.
Okay, that's exactly. I absolutely
You told me
despise.
time and time again that if you ever see him,
Of course.
you are punching him
Well,
right in the
All right,
face.
I'm punching Sandman at the next tournament I see him.
Shit's coming out now.
All right,
Yeah.
sorry, Sandman. It's the truth, dude. I just really don't like you.
Sandman is never gonna see this.
Damn.
He's been on before, so he might.
Oh, is
No,
that right?
But that
Yeah.
match was interesting. I don't know if you guys saw, like, did you guys really take anything from that match? Like, I could tell, like, Primal was extremely struggling, and he should have switched, because I feel like he would have been a lot more comfortable using Sheba.
That's what I thought he was going to do when it got to 2-2. I
No,
thought he was just going to pick Sheba just to win the match.
Well, that kind of reminds me of how Zeph was playing Pat at Summer Jam, where it seemed like Party Wolf and Zeph were both perfectly fine with losing with this new character they wanted to try out. It meant more to them to really stick it with this character than just go to something they felt was safe.
Oh.
So I understand that.
Okay. That's what I was thinking to a degree. But Biscuit, I was like, man, this is looking not too good. He's getting destroyed. It's like,
It's important to note I never actually talked to him about that, so that's just my guess. So I might be totally wrong on that, but I feel like
I'll probably ask him sooner or later about it. But I just never thought it would be purposely like right immediately after. It's like, so you lost. How's it feel, huh?
Well, he's streaming right now, so you can ask him in the stream.
I'll ask him later, but
I'll ask him. I got this.
all right,
Yeah,
go for our stream. But I think probably my favorite match probably was Party Wolf versus Gold Shad, just to how close to the wire that came down to, and how well I think they were both playing on that regard. That was a really fun match.
Yeah,
to
it was a
watch.
pretty good match.
I felt really bad about that matchup by the end, because I went up and I gave him some advice in the last game, and I feel like there's a chance that I screwed him up.
Oh yeah, you told him to use 6-6B more, I think you said?
Yeah, I wanted to see if he was comfortable, because he wasn't really using that move, and 6-6B is probably, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but 6-6B is basically Algo's best move, isn't it? I mean...
It's close. It's not no Pat 6-6B,
That's
but it's definitely...
No, but I mean, there's just a certain spacing that that 6-6B gives you, and I just wanted to, I just told him to try to see if Gold Chad is comfortable with the 6-6B spacing, and in the first round, he proved that no, he was not. He was very much not comfortable with that spacing.
Yeah, I remember that immediately happened. Didn't he get like 1-1B punished, I think, or did he just get... Yeah.
And so that happened a lot in the first round, and then he just got way too 6-6B happy, and in the last few rounds, Gold Chad was just sidestepping any moment that he had an opportunity to.
Oh yeah. So.
And I just felt like the adaptation kind of went out the window. The other thing that I told him was after every grab break, Gold Chad was running in with a 3-3B right off the bat, trying to exploit Algol's bad movement, of a broken grab, that is.
Yeah.
And of course, the next moment, Gold Chad had an opportunity to do that. He did not, in fact, do that. So.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, IRM was like, when I was playing against Oof, he's like, yeah, whenever you knock him down, just run up and block. And I'm like, okay. And the one time I do that, he grabs me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
like,
I've
all
never ever seen
That's
Oof get up
strange.
without hitting something. So I mean, that's
Yeah, he's
No,
very
but
twitchy.
it's not the fact that we know he's going to hit something, but it's just, is he going to hit CE or not? Like, that's really the only thing you have.
I have like a flow chart for how to deal with Oof, but that's for another time anyway. But I think now that you're saying we're talking about IRM, I was thinking of the IRM versus Nice Like Ice match. That was weird. I really thought IRM kind of threw that away to a degree.
Did I do commentary on that match?
I'm not sure, but all I know is basically like it's like I think IRM was like 2-0, and then I think he went Ivy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he went to Ivy.
Yeah, and then IRM forgot what a block button was and immediately got fucked and just lost all his health. So.
Well, no, he was getting too many throws ducked, and Ivy whip punished his throws pretty hard.
Yeah, then immediately I was watching like IRM's life drain away slowly to Ivy. I'm like, I don't think this is a bad matchup. I'm thinking I don't
know if it's a matchup. He just was guessing right on whenever IRM wanted to go for a grab. And that's like one of the most discouraging things as a player, when there's no reason this person should be ducking, but they just know somehow. And then they
That's
just take
sixth sense,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like, just specifically for grabs, because it's almost like, all right, do I have to put the grabs away and give away like so much
Nah,
damage?
never have to give the grabs away.
No, maybe you don't, but I do.
Always with the grabs. Your grabs are better than mine.
Yes, but I don't have a way to make people stand still.
What? Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Your moves are faster than mine.
All right,
You can
but
make somebody stand still better than I can.
You have a point, man.
Which person are you talking to?
I'm referring to Vizquel. He says I feel like Leisha can make someone stop moving more than Mitsu could. I can agree on
Oh,
that.
I wasn't actually being serious.
No, I'm thinking. I'm looking. Wow, you asshole!
No,
I stick
hey,
up for you, and this is what you give me.
but that wasn't actually me. Like I was just like kidding around.
God damn it! But last time I would give you support.
All right,
I
well,
think
if I say jump off a bridge, are you gonna do that too?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay,
Damn it.
depends on the bridge, I guess.
Yeah, I gotta look at the trajectory of the jump. How far is it? How far down is
You,
it?
you
All
put
right.
trigonometry into this. You already lost me.
Oh wow.
um, but yeah. So Goldshad and Wolves played twice. They played in winners and in grand finals, and I think the matches pretty much were the same as
Was
far
it
as like
was the first one 3-2 or is it 3-1 both? Both. Wait,
I
no.
believe it was
both.
3-2
I think
both times.
both. I think it was, yeah, both were 3-2. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So Woes being in winners just took it 3-2. No reset. Um, but who was the other French guy who was with
Axel.
Shad?
That was Axel, the Mitsurugi.
Axel. Has he been to something before, or is he just one of his
Don't
friends?
think so. I remember him saying in like his extremely long post that was actually really nice to see out of him. Like I was not expecting this out of nowhere, but it was a really long post, like him thanking everybody, saying what a great time he had and how the community's like so helpful and anything like that. But I
Okay.
believe this was his first tournament because I don't know what was the last one that I think you had. It was the one that Lola was at. I don't remember the name.
Oh, that
Oh,
was
the British one?
Edgemaster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Edgemaster
like I'm
series.
pretty sure that was their last tournament, and I don't think he was there, so I'm pretty sure this was his first ever tournament. So,
Well,
Oh, that's cool.
but it
Well,
was,
add him to the list of new players that
oh
were
yeah,
pleasantly surprised.
So did
yeah,
you
I'll be doing his matches pretty soon too.
did
yeah. I
you
asked you to take that because I was curious to see like how I guess the French Mitsu varies from ours, I guess.
Yeah, I'd be willing to bet because I did see one of his matches. He played against Sporko, and obviously I was telling Sporko how to win. So
He also
there's a
played Shinji, didn't he? I think he played Shinji.
ooh, I don't know about that.
I believe he did. I remember watching him
Okay.
play Alacia, but yeah. You said he was playing Sporko.
Yeah, so I just told Sporko to just do a whole because Valdo has. I mean, if you don't know it, then Valdo just has
Yeah.
fuck tons of gimmicky stuff that if you were to do it against me is just not going to work. So I feel like there's a really strong chance that a lot of the stuff that I'm going to say in the Axel stuff is kind of like
Unfamiliarity.
yeah,
Kinda?
it's just
Yeah.
like learn how to just guard this string, know that he's probably thinking about this.
Oh wait, did Sporko win the
Yeah.
match?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Yeah, he did. Oh man, I would have been so angry at him if he lost. I would have been
Well, I
miserable.
mean, I saw him lose to Link, and I didn't know if that was just a Siegfried thing or if,
You saw Sporka lose to Link?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that. I guess I
I
can
didn't
kind of see
know.
that.
I thought that maybe Axel put him in losers, and then Link took him out the tournament.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you said you won, so
that's another match that I guess I'll have to see. Link versus Sporko. I guess I'll put that on the list.
Oh yeah, there's one I think Link asked you personally was like I think him versus like Nitty just because I think that was just because like that was his first ever match, but like for some reason
yeah,
he told me he was like I feel so depressed knowing that basically I almost lost to John Nitty. I'm like why is that, man? So it's like that was like he's like that was a close match and like apparently like is I don't think John ever like doesn't even play this game like ever. I think he just goes
No.
off when he remembers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
he's
he's saying like I actually put time in this game and here I'm just not understanding what's going on. I guess he said I was doing wrong and I was just getting my butt kicked. So I was like I hate to look at this match always. So I'm like all right, well I mean you can ask Jay about it. So and that's what he did. So
all right, that'll be. Well, he didn't specifically give me a match of his
Here's
to do, so hopefully I'll remember to do that.
I think
here's
that'd
the
be
thing
preferred one.
the thing about some of these players like John Nitty or people like that who they don't. Or Malice was another one when he was playing. Like, if you don't play these guys, you're not gonna know what hit you
Yeah,
unless you're like familiar with that kind of style.
yeah.
And it
Yeah.
just in a tournament set that's so like
Takes getting used to.
yeah. So I mean, I saw John Nitty almost beat Shinji. I
Yeah.
didn't see the entire match, but Shinji was really having a hard time. Like he
Yes,
was
stuff like that
just
just
head in his
happens.
hands. It just happens that way, yeah. Because I had just played John like not even that long ago before the tournament, and I'm like, wow, what is he doing to Shinji that he wasn't doing to me? And I'm just like, Shinji had to pull out Pura, I think,
He went Pyrrha?
to at the end, yeah.
Was John playing Pat, I'm pretty sure?
No, he played Pura the whole time, I think.
Oh, okay, that's right. He made like a kind of like a switch to Pyrrha now because I don't know why I don't know why he
Because
does
Pura is easier. He
that.
thinks
Yeah,
Pura is
exactly.
just easier to. He doesn't play it like that, so he's like,
I feel like he just plays
I'll just
exactly
fucking
like
play
Big
the
Rivers.
Greeks. He wants to play Cervantes just because he likes doing IGDR, but it's like he's not going to put in Cervantes hours
Yeah,
to get
exactly.
him down,
To
so
like
he's just like,
like
fuck
have
it,
the
I'll just play
9
Pyrrha. Hot dog too strong, yep.
It is.
Oh man,
Dude, Nitty
yeah.
was my first tournament match. Like at my very ever first tournament, and I remember that was a hard time for me, simply
Oh
because
yeah?
I was playing on a PlayStation pad because at this time I was thinking like, well, I don't have any control to play on a PlayStation, so I had to rely on Correct Defense to give me his. So
Uh-huh.
that was a fun time. I won that, and I felt pretty good about myself, and then I immediately lost to Boom afterwards.
There's another guy who's been to 3 tournaments I've been to, and I've never
Boom.
seen the guy. No, correct defense.
Oh.
Yeah, I never played against him either.
I never even seen him. I don't even know what he looks like.
Uh.
Apparently, he's really tall and black, but I've
Yeah,
never
that's
seen him.
he usually like he usually rocks like Chicago Bulls stuff. I remember from the few times I've seen him. But besides that, like I know that he beat Menace, and like Menace was like, what the hell just happened? Because like apparently Menace just like was completely out of that. Yeah, yeah. How did you Jay? Did you ever talk to Menace much about that? Because like he went 0-2, so
Yeah.
like he was like, man, I feel like shit. I just
Yeah,
lost.
he felt awful the entire time. I tried to rub it in as much as I could. It was really funny.
Oh
What a
man.
nice guy.
I never said that I was a nice guy.
It's very apparent you aren't.
Yeah. But he needs to stop being so nervous. You didn't see so neither of you guys saw Zach, I think you and I were there when it was happening. The match between Correct Defense and Menace.
No, I actually didn't see that match.
The ending might have been the most hilarious thing I've seen in a long time, where Menace was spacing out and he had the life lead. Like he had a pretty significant life lead. You're talking like he needs like a 2A into 2K to kill Correct Defense, and just you're talking like 3/4 screen. Correct Defense just starts charging a 236B charge just out of
Uh,
nowhere. And wouldn't you know it, Menace runs right head first into it.
You're fucking
And
kidding me.
yeah, Party Wolf and I and like 2 other people are like laughing our asses off. And then, I don't know, Correct Defense just started doing ridiculous shit and it all worked. Like over and over again.
I don't
And
want to see
he,
that match now.
no,
that
you
is the
should. You
most
should see
like
it.
that's. Oh man, because that's. I mean, not that shit. I didn't run into like
No,
fucking
there's
236
no reason you
charge,
should ever run
but
into that move.
like just the
If you're
whole.
nervous.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, but like one thing can really happen that like throws you completely off.
Yeah.
Like not necessarily nervous, but just like now you're overthinking situations. And it's like that's what happened to me with bunnies. And like he would just clutch out these rounds by hitting these weird I'm pressing a button before you counter hits, and with Siegfried that's like major damage if he hits you a counter hit
Dude,
stuff.
Siegfried
Yeah.
thrives off freaking counter hits. If he didn't
Well,
like
I mean all characters do, but it's just like
no, but like that's
that's
specifically Siegfried, dude. Like he can't do real shit if he doesn't get a counter hit to a degree, unless he has like meter for his like wall raising B or his 3B combos. Otherwise, he's getting like just piss nothing damage, really, like a good 30, and he's like,
well, I
all
mean,
right.
when is he not going to have meter for that though? Like that's all he uses meter for, unless he's doing like a CE.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I suppose that's the way to look at it. I mean, I know Link does like his one like brave edge, like I think it's like the 6K brave edge with like his shoulder, which I
Yeah,
did.
he does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not like you're not gonna see that like on a regular, like that'll
But
come out once every couple of games.
yeah, you're right.
But still, like it would just be one of those situations where I shouldn't win this, but then as soon as I hit the button, then here comes Rising B, and now I have to guess on Wake Up because I'm near the wall and I can't sidestep him. So I mean, it's just that it ended up being what it was, but yeah, I totally understand that whole. Oh, I ran into the wrong thing or did hit the wrong button, and now I got to adjust my entire game plan because you're
Like,
in
how
that
did he
scramble
run into that? Did he like try
situation.
to like run up and do like a 6A? Because I feel like that's what the idea would have
I have
been.
no idea what he was trying to do. All I know is that he ran from 3/4 screen up into a 236B charge, and it
Oh
was
my
great.
goodness, that's
It might
just
have been my favorite thing.
You know what I
I've
think happened, to
seen
be
him.
honest?
What's that?
I don't think Correct Defense was trying to do 236B. He was probably trying to do something else like 33B or 66B or something, and it
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
that roll of the thumb gave him that move,
No,
and
Yeah,
it ended up
I
beating his ass
guarantee
out.
you that's what correct defense was trying to do.
But
That
you say that like there's a reason to do a 236B
uh,
charge that far away.
have you played
it's
I
correct
don't
defense? He
this is
doesn't need a
okay.
know.
reason to do anything.
Yeah,
No,
McGee has
I
a
have.
point. McGee has a point. No, I'll give the thing. From those who, from McGee and I, who are both Xbox Live, McGee, Craig does the most absurd and random shit ever, and it will end up working, and then you'll sit there flabbergasted at why you've gotten hit by this move.
Well,
Because like,
then there has to be a logic to it. It can't be
there's no
completely
logic. I'm dead serious. I have gotten so mad over this. I don't know how many times. There's no logic to it. He just says, when I ask him, like, what do you think? He's like, oh, I'm just doing moves. And when it's like, it's the Yomi. I'm like, that's not reason. That's not a reason. You're just doing it.
yo me,
Dude,
nigga.
that's what he's just saying. Like, will do like
I
six
love
six A
that
plus
excuse,
Bs
man.
and shit. He
I
doesn't
love that.
care.
Yeah, I got them reads. Like just it's
That's
like
what he did.
oh my god,
I
man.
think Menace. I remember like actually, I think someone
Bull
told me
fucking
like from
shit.
that match, like Menace also get hit by like 2-1As from like correct. I think if I remember. I don't know. I
I
remember
mean,
someone
all right,
saying that.
that can happen. I mean,
It
it shouldn't
shouldn't.
happen, but it does. Just like Maxi 2A plus B really shouldn't hit, but it does. But I don't know, man. That I'd have to see. Was that match recorded or no?
I believe it was.
Okay, I have to look that one up. Hopefully they have the names on there.
Yeah,
I have to see what exactly what exactly went on there. But
it
yeah,
was pretty great.
Oh
one
man.
guy we didn't mention up to this point, Money Muffins. He was the Sultan Slayer apparently because he knocked him out in winners and losers.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
I was unaware of that.
I didn't get to see their matches. I just know that he won both
Right.
sets. Sultan was saying I couldn't do anything because everything was just getting punished or.
Yeah, that's not an easy matchup for Cervantes, I wouldn't think.
Oh yeah, but I'm not. I don't even know if it was the matchup so much. It was just the way Money Muffins plays is a very like stifling kind of neutral game.
Smothering, yeah.
But I mean, I wanted to play him, and it just didn't end up happening. But I just know that from when I played him before, I couldn't beat him unless I played him the way he was playing against me. Like I had to pretty much copy his style in order to beat him.
Money Muffins.
Yeah.
Uh, I feel like Money Muffins is kind of one of those guys like where like we've said before, like you have to know how they play, otherwise you're gonna get destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like because I remember the first few times I think I played on PSN, I absolutely like I won like the first two games. I was feeling good about myself. Then immediately afterwards, like I was getting hit by like everything, and like every guess I made was immediately like getting up. I'm like, all right, what's this style? This like single B, single A. Then just suddenly like he'll block for a little bit, then he'll 3B. I'm like, all right, what the fuck's going on? I just didn't understand, and I'm like, I guess this is something like I would have to like actually just like yeah, I guess like almost kind of I had to literally almost play like he would kind of play like have this weird this movement like it's weird like I never understood the way he plays but it was effective apparently at NEC and he beat Sultan twice. I was like, all right, well, I guess it works. So
See, I don't know how Mitsu approaches a Money Muffin style Pyrrha, but
Neither do I.
but
have
the
you
thing
played him
is,
much, Jay?
I played him at Summer Jam. That was it.
Do you have? That's right. Did you lose to him? I think
I did.
Oh, that's right.
It wasn't in the tournament. It was 5-4.
Yeah, I think I remember. Yeah, you told me you did not like that match.
It's true. I didn't.
Oh man, yeah,
I
that
did not, and I do not.
I don't know. I'll maybe have to like just go down and look at Money Muffins playing. Like, how do I go against this? Just kind of just weird like I don't know how even what to call his play style. It's just like little like kind of this nitpicking of like when he will want to do something. Just a little, just like he'll just take a small jab. Either like he'll go in like I don't know. I could never understood the way he plays, but it worked. So
Uh-huh.
But I mean, the reason I bring that up is because from my experience playing them since I use Laisha, Laisha's kind of like you can kind of play her similar to a Greek in a certain way, like her AA, her BB, her movement, her evasive properties and things like that, and just her overall speed.
yeah,
You can kind of play, and 6KK as a punish, you can kind of play her like a mini Greek. So if I was to copy Money Muffin style, it's not that hard to place Laisha's moveset in that style. I don't know what Mitsu would do if you had to play that way, because Mitsu is not really that kind of a character, but
no.
I feel like he's probably better off keeping her out, but then again, Money Muffins is not necessarily rushing you down to begin with. So,
Hmm.
If that's true, then statistically speaking, yeah, the matchup should be you're trying to keep that person out.
Okay.
And it's just if Money Muffins exudes patience, then you just exude more patience. And tactically speaking, just theoretically, it shouldn't be all that difficult, but it is for me, I guess.
Mm.
no, I mean, keeping Pyrrha out's not the easiest thing in the world anyway, but
That's true, but
he,
it's not outside of the realm of possibility,
right,
and I
yeah.
do believe that that's how the matchup should be played.
Mm. All
Yeah, because I
right.
can't think of anything else that he really like excels at in that matchup over her.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty much just that.
But
He
all
doesn't have the
right, so
punishing. He doesn't have the speed. He doesn't. He doesn't have a lot of stuff.
yeah. Um, all right, cool. Well, since we had a bunch of new people show up to this tournament, whether they've been playing a lot, it goes back to a question that Uvmatic posted on Facebook, where he asks, "What do people define as a competitive player? Do they only become competitive after they enter their first offline tournament?" Um, he obviously thinks that you're competitive if you have the desire to compete in any way, whether that's online, whether that's over your friend's house, whether that's wherever. As long as your drive is to get better, then that defines you as a competitive player. But what do the rest of you think about that?
I think it really comes down to how you want to describe. Like, it doesn't even have to do with like fighting games. It's just like how to. There are people who are hyper competitive who never actually compete in what we would consider to be a traditional setting, as in terms of a tournament. People are very competitive with stuff that there aren't tournaments for. That kind of stuff. You're still very competitive, and it's just there's another level to it. So
Right.
I would say I don't know. It really is a difference of environment. I think it's important. Like, one of the major differences between a competitive player that in just generally speaking, and something that we do, is I think there needs to be an element of I'm putting myself on the line.
Yep.
I'm
Uh-huh.
going to go out on stream. There's going to be people who are critiquing what I'm doing, and I don't like the idea that somebody can be put at the same level as me when they haven't taken anywhere near the amount of risks that I have. They can just sit there, nameless, faceless, on the other side of a computer screen. I don't I feel it's disrespectful to the effort that I put in, because I'm not a social butterfly here. It's not easy for me to work up the courage to go to my first tournament and to be embarrassed over and over again for losing so many times. And so the idea that somebody else can just say that they're a competitive player and not actually back it up with any kind of results, it would bother me. I would consider it to be disrespectful to what I've done.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you really can get it down to you have that desire to improve and you want to improve. But the best way to improve, at least with fighting games, is at tournaments.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to go to the place where you will improve the most, are you really wanting to compete? Like,
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that as an argument.
Uh,
I kind of agree. Oh,
Go
go ahead.
ahead. Go ahead. No, man, you're good, man.
All right. I kind of agree with Jay's first point where there has to be something on the line because that's where I mean, all right, if you're playing against your friend or you're playing online or whatever, yeah, you want to try to beat them. Everyone plays fighting games to try to beat whoever they're fighting. But I don't feel like you can officially say you're a competitor until you've put something up that says, okay, here's proof that I'm in this. Here's proof that this is what I'm willing to sacrifice to show how competitive I am. Like, that's kind of what I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a small tournament where you only pay like 10, $20 versus paying a lot for flights and all that. The amount of money isn't really the important part. It's just the fact that you're getting out there to begin with and say, okay, I'm officially joining the ranks of those who are trying to compete. So.
All right. Well, I guess in my terms as a competitive player, it's a little complicated in our community, considering that this has actually been something that people have taken, twisted, made absolutely almost completely different by multiple other people like top players or just anybody, like you said, who can just be behind a computer screen and say, "Yeah, I'm a competitive player." But once again, they have you gotta be taking those things that you guys have been saying. They gotta take a risk to go out to a tournament. They gotta be open to criticism, and they basically, I want to say, the main thing is have a desire to get better. And what McGee says, yeah, get better at a tournament. But I just want to say to be almost like we've almost made it there's a difference between the traditional idea of a competitive player and then almost what I want to say the Soul Calibur competitive player. This thing has been this view on a competitive player has been taken. I don't know how many out of context. I don't know how many times from. I think Zev has said something like what defines as a true competitive player, and I guess then there's what we're talking about. There's so many views in this, but for my view, like I said, is you have to be give those three solid things. Is yeah, once again, be open to criticism, and then make those risks to go out to tournaments and not just say you can just say who you want to be. You have to put something else on the line, and then yeah, this pretty much you guys have already summarized everything that there has been. But just I'm kind of glad that we're talking about this because this is something that people have continuously have switched around and are just almost saying you have to be oh man, you got to go to a major or something like that to be a competitive player. Oh man, it's you've only gone to let's say online tournaments or minors and whatnot. That's not making you really competitively. You gotta really take those initial leaps. I would say to almost be called one. So
Well, for the online tournaments, do you actually have to pay for those? Because I've never entered one. Is
no,
that something
it
you
these
have
are
to?
just
it
these are the
depends
community.
on
Yeah,
the. Some tournaments you do have to enter or pay to enter, and some you don't.
But like Soul Calibur, you really don't have to, right?
yeah. Most of
Yeah.
these are just community ran. Unless was that one tournament Zane ran? Did they have money? Did they have to enter that with money?
No, that was
I don't
invitational.
believe so. No.
That was an
That was
invitational. Yeah, you're right. So, yeah, that's what I know. But yeah, pretty much all I guess for in terms for us, yeah, it's just community ran, and we're just all right, free entry pretty much. But you said there's actually to pay for online tournaments. I guess you said.
Not really for Soul Calibur, and there might be for some Capcom games, but
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, a Capcom game or
and
something
I
like
know
that to do that.
Mortal Kombat has the ESL qualifiers or whatever,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
and they actually do an offline event at the end of each season or something.
Right.
God, Sonic Fox made so much money last year. Unreasonable how much money he made off of MKE. What are we at? 9? I forgot.
10.
Oh, it's 10. I'm sure he made a lot of 9 as well.
God damn.
Oh man.
The fact is, he's great at other millions of other games. He's great
Gonna-
at 3 different anime games. I
Gonna
think,
retire
too.
at 20.
Does anybody remember when he played Soul Calibur 5?
I remember
yep,
Tells
I
have
do.
been playing Soul Calibur.
Anybody
don't.
remember when he would try to play against me and he wouldn't get a single round? I remember that.
I don't.
I actually don't remember you two ever playing, to be honest.
It was recorded. You can watch it.
Wow.
I beat him 75-0.
Wow. He was in Soul Calibur 5 longer than I thought.
Yeah. It took the whole day.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I always want
No,
to see
it
his
is funny
account.
though. It is funny though because Soul Calibur seems to be the stomping grounds because like you see like the Justin Wongs and the Sonic Foxes and the guys who are so good at so many games, yet Soul Calibur is that game that they just don't get good at. Like for some whatever. I mean, it could be just because they don't really put the time in. I
No,
don't know,
I think Soul
but there's something
Calibur,
about. Yeah,
like
go
other
ahead.
fighting games, just don't. Soul Calibur doesn't translate like if you're coming from a different game. I feel like a lot of people who are in Soul Calibur can get really good at other games. Wolfcrone is the main guy that I can think of. But then people who come from other games into Soul Calibur, like when you're like not just first learning Soul Calibur, I don't think the skills really translate very well.
No,
Uh,
KDC too. I can't
yeah,
can't
yeah,
forget that guy.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, but yeah, it's just you could argue the same thing about Tekken. I feel like just Namco games are just different. There's just a lot of strings and there's just like the movement is different enough to where you really had to get into it or else it's just not going to work.
Hmm.
I think.
But see, I would have
That's what I
thought
think.
I would have thought that with I mean I would have thought that as well if Sonic Fox wasn't doing so good in DOA because that game is clearly not anything like everything else that's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
but that's all. Yeah, that's
just
a
not
different
even
thing
like
though.
3D fighters.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a different thing with the counter system. And as far as I know, I mean, the strings aren't anywhere near as important. Now, I don't know a lot about DOA, but from what I understand, it's just like having the bulk amount of knowledge on everybody's moveset isn't as important. There's not like an absolute, like, every character has a low that looks like it's fast enough to hit you, but in actuality, you can block it on reaction if you see it enough. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah, people will lose to Mitsu 1A if they've never seen it before. People will lose to Maxi 2AB if they've never seen it before. But once you've seen it enough, suddenly those become like unusable moves.
Right.
But you have to see it a whole bunch.
Hmm.
Right.
So I just feel like, and I'm sure there's a lot of that kind of stuff in Tekken as well.
Well, DOA like it's mainly just if you know your opponent's strings more so than using them yourself. As long as you know where like if you know a string is high, mid, low, and that's it, then you know where you can throw out the counter and stuff like that. So that's where that would be
Mhm.
important. But you're not going to be throwing out a bunch of strings on offense because they know the counter. So you're
Yeah.
just mainly trying to fish for that.
It's not even just necessarily strings in terms of high, mid, low. It's also like strings that cancel into stances that look really cool and look
Well,
really
right.
dominating. But in reality, when you know what the hard answer is, then it's all over. You know, Mist isn't anything that's actually usable, but you see Mitsurugi players online all the time use Mist, and they act like it's actually a thing, and it's not.
Yeah. It's one of those things you pull out once every 100 games or something, but
It's going to be
um,
pointless.
Is that why DOA turns
eventually, yeah.
into a throw fest?
Yeah, because throws are actually legit punishes in that game.
Yeah, like I remember
Yeah.
seeing. I think it was. I don't remember. I remember one of the chicks having like a throw that did like 1/5 life or some ridiculous damage. That I remember this was absolutely absurd. I'm like, all right, well, if I know if I know if I ever picked up DOA, who'd I choose?
Well, yeah, if you throw and they do a counter, then it does more damage than normal.
Oh
So it's
wow.
kind of like that builds on the whole rock paper sisters. Jesus Christ, rock paper scissors stereotype.
uh,
But
Sisters
yeah,
always kill paper. That's just what they do.
that's
wow.
definitely true.
That's how you beat sisters too. You just pelt them with rocks.
Man.
Oh man. But yeah. So I mean, that game is definitely, I would say, one of the outliers as far as fighting games are concerned. But he still does pretty good in that Sonic Fox. So um, yeah,
Why is he so young and so good?
I don't know.
How old? Wait, how is he? Like, how old is he?
I
I'm
think he's
curious,
like
man.
a senior in high school or something.
He's
He's
7 years old.
I fucking knew it.
I think he's like
Right?
18.
In all seriousness, I'm pretty sure he's 7 years old.
Everyone on 8-Way calls Link 12 years old, so it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Man,
Stands to reason.
Yeah, he's got
Exactly.
that baby face. Yeah.
makes sense.
He's
Uh,
he's got the baby everything,
Got a baby face.
and I do mean everything.
yeah. Well, Fire Necromancer is also a DOA player, and I was talking to him about, well, mainly Soul Calibur, but then he started getting into DOA, so that's how I know some of the stuff I know about DOA. But one of the things that I talked to him about, that I talked to you and Menace about, Jay, was if Soul Calibur 5 were to ever get a patch, which we know it won't, but hypothetically, if it were to get a patch, what would you do, if anything, to buff or nerf certain characters?
I wouldn't, maybe except for Viola, I wouldn't nerf anybody. I don't believe in nerfing characters as the way to go about it because it's just the only reason why you would nerf it is because people who play worse characters are whiny, and then those people will just find other things to whine about. What I think you should do is you should take bad characters, or in Soul Calibur 5's case, just not as good characters, and just make them better. Give everybody something that's unreasonable so that everybody has something to complain about, essentially. Those are the most popular games. MVC has unreasonable characters, and the reason why it's quote unquote balanced is because all the characters are ridiculous. You know what I mean? So I feel like
Yeah.
that's the way to go about it. So you take like the bad characters and just give them some sort of a tool that just fills in a whole bunch of holes.
Well, I mean, what if it's not as simple as, like, I mean, there's characters like, say, Zwei who have glaring holes, but
That
for a
guy I
lot
can't
of,
help. So like that guy I just simply
well,
can't help.
no,
It
you can
was
help. You
it
can
was an
give him
idea.
safe horizontals.
That's not enough. He needs something. He needs a Punisher too.
Just make his A plus B a little bit quicker, and then he'll actually would be somewhat good.
Just remove him from the
That's the
game.
whole point. Yeah. That's the whole point of this of the topic, is to just throw out ideas. Like, we obviously know that they're not gonna make a patch for the game, so it's just kind of like, what would you do if you could buff this character? Or like, as you were talking to Menace about, like, if somebody were to nerf Mitsurugi,
Yeah.
like, what would be feasible without destroying what he has?
Well, I
So
always just imagine what it would be like, where what could they do to Mitsurugi where I would still play the character? And my idea was that you could do it would have to do with his pokes, and you could do one of three things, because all of his pokes have bigger hitboxes than they should in terms of like horizontal hitboxes.
right,
They they're much safer than they should be, and they all do a lot more damage than they should. So if you take one of those things away, then I'm still okay. If you do more than one, if you do two or even all three, then he kind of becomes pointless, and I don't feel like playing that character anymore.
but I mean, do you think that he would be just awful as a character at that point, or is it just not top tier enough for you?
I would say that he is definitely one of the worst characters. Not
Okay.
bottom five, but if you do all three, so his pokes do Laisha damage, and they are Laisha short, and they are Laisha well, and they're like even worse on, like they're not as fast and they're slower, right?
Right.
Then that guy is stupid. Then there's no point to him. There's nothing to him. He just has a mix up that's crazy unsafe.
Right.
So fuck that guy.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Then he essentially becomes Mitsurugi from SE4, right? Like his frame data in SE4 was bad.
Uh, yeah, I don't. I think he was more stance based back then, though.
Well, that
Like,
is
I
true.
don't think
Yeah.
he was really, because Relic was pretty damn good.
Yeah, it was.
I thought Relic was just extremely unsafe though.
What's up?
I thought
To certain characters, yeah.
wasn't like
But
Relic like you could
he
get
had
like
an answer for everything in the stance.
yeah, that's true because he had the amazing GI that everyone loved pulling off.
Yeah. It looks
Because it
really
was
cool.
good.
It looks great. That does so much damage.
And it GIs everything.
Seriously?
It was good. It was pretty good,
It
yeah.
GI'd everything. Okay,
It was not a joke move.
that's wow. I'm almost thinking what would happen if they had kept Relic stance for Mitsu in 5.
He'd be cooler.
I mean,
More
he,
people would
he, he
play.
would have a reasonable GI now. I mean, like kind of like one of the not a Greek G. Well, actually, would that be a Greek GI pretty much or a better one? Yeah, I mean, you need to be in stance to pull it off, but I guess like I wouldn't say like would it be like pure AB? Yeah, like they're both Pat and Pierre is AB is their GI.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, yeah,
I would
Pat thrives off the glitch, which means like he can get like ridiculous damage, and then Pierre, like Bisky, is almost like a test to see like if you can confirm it. Like, does anybody know about that GI? Like, it's like, because like, do you just kind of have to like react to the like how it kind of like stuns or whatnot? Like, I never understood
Pyrrha?
that GI. Yeah, I never understood like how that GI worked.
The attack she does depends on what is GI'd. Like if you hit her with a 2A and she GIs you, she has a set horizontal counter.
Okay.
If you do a vertical, it's a set vertical counter, and kicks have their own. So if you set it up right and you know what your opponent's going to throw at you, you don't have to confirm anything.
Okay.
But in most cases, you can just wait for the first attack and then confirm whether, because all you're really looking for is the vertical. If you do the vertical, then she does the whole 2-2-BAK thing in the air,
Yeah.
and that's really the only thing you got to hit confirm. Everything else you can combo off of with CE or stab. So, you know,
Okay.
you can get more damage than that, but like at a base level, that's really what you're looking for. And that's probably, if I had to nerf anything on Pyrrha, that would be it. Either either have the auto GI not be out as long, or have it not GI kicks.
Okay.
That would be the only thing. Other than that, I think she's pretty okay. Like, there's nothing really stupidly overwhelming about her that can't be dealt with. But with Fire, I said there was there was two changes I would make to Alpha Pet, and he just flipped his shit for like like the next hour. I would make his CE 9 frames, because fuck 2A CE. And then I would make Just Frame Twister not hit grounded.
I can agree with both of those.
Everything else he can keep, but
He would still be a great character even without those two things.
That-
He
that's-
would still be
that's-
one of the better characters around.
he would still get huge damage. He would still get his Just Frame combos and all that would work. But
I mean, even if the CE
and
can't combo.
Nine frames CE still punish more than half the moves in the game.
Exactly. So,
But
like,
it just
you're
doesn't
not
get you a
missing
combo
much.
off of a 2A, which is stupidly easy to land. So, like, how many rounds did we see in both this NEC and NEC where it's just like Shad and Woes going 2A, 2A, got him.
Use that 2A. If that 2A is amazing.
Man.
Yeah, you will, but you don't get 60 damage off it.
Yeah.
And that's the
You'll
thing.
still use them.
Yeah, sure.
Hello?
So I would say that all that is the idea of moving characters.
I guess in terms of basically, like, in terms of buffing and nerfing, I guess the one thing I probably would want to do would be like
Buff Zwei. That'd be one thing I want to do, just because I feel like.
But how, though?
Yeah, I know that's what I'm going to be playing here. I would probably want to do basically make his A plus B actually usable instead of like, God, I have no idea how slow that stupid move is. It's like, I think it's like I-18 or something like that. Make it somewhere reasonable. Like, I wouldn't say I-14, because then it might get a little dumb, because it does a good chunk of damage. Like, actually, that's what I would do. I would reduce the damage and make it I-14 towards an actual Punisher, where he can actually have something to rely on. Because, like, I know that's like one of the characters where, like, I can go up to with Mitsu in 2K Beam. I think, like, even his, like, he gets single B. Like, the second B will whiff, just for no reason. Like, he gets like a good 14 damage. It's like, all right, like, how do you feel? It's like, you can't do nothing to this. So it's like, all right. So, like, actually give him something where he can get some mileage off, like, punishing. Because really, he's just all about just getting a counter hit, or you being extremely unfamiliar with his strings and the setups, or like and whatnot. And I guess what else do I really want to give him? I guess give him a decent sidestepping move, because 2-2K is garbage, 2-2A is garbage, and his 2-2B, like, I think it's like 2-2BA string is also garbage. Like, give him something to at least have a reasonable, because they're all counter hit fissures and they're all punishable, I believe. So it's like, all right, well, congrats, you can throw this out, but I'm still gonna punish you. So I mean,
Zwei has a 6A. That's a high,
Yeah, that's his. Oh, that's another
Wait,
counter hit finisher.
he catches step to one side,
Uh-huh.
and it's unsafe.
Yeah, that's why for you.
Why? Like, just that move alone makes no sense.
Well, sorry to say, they poorly designed Y, and he was just pretty much a piece of shit. So I mean, like, I don't know what prefab's Y was like. If I don't know if he was
Well,
actually
no,
usable.
I think it was like the opposite of the Viola effect, where they saw Ein and they thought, well, how do we keep him from being stupid broken by having this assist character Ein come out and not set up unblockables or ridiculous like frame
Yeah.
traps. So they made his frame data reflect the fact that Ein's out at all times, but he's not. So when Ein's not out, Y is just like
Yeah, like
unusable.
when he doesn't have a yeah, like that'll be a great thing to do. Basically, when Ein's not out, give him reasonable frame data to where he's actually usable. Well, yeah, when he pulls Ein, he's got to be somewhat unsafe, so like he can't pull that garbage 24/7. So that'd be a great way how to design him. But yeah, like you said, they pretty much said like, all right, you have Ein out all the time. Sorry, you're gonna be slow as fuck and you can't do anything. Have fun. So
Pretty much.
yeah, it's like that's pretty much the Zwei struggle, and
I think he actually got nerfed in one of the patches.
I'm pretty sure he did, because I'm pretty sure they were trying to make him
There
like
was
a big
there
deal.
was something because people like made a big deal out of it when it happened. I forget what it was that got nerfed though, but
Was it him actually having a Punisher?
no. It was something else. Something that I didn't think mattered, but apparently the Y players did. So I took their word for it.
Yeah,
But we don't have any more Y players, so I guess they were right.
they're all dead.
Or in space.
Yeah, right. I guess with Maxi,
Make wall raising B+K less stupid.
see, I was that's the move I'm thinking about, but I don't know if it should be stabbable. Like I don't think it
No,
needs
you
to
don't
be
have to
that
make it
bad.
stat punishable. Make it like AA punishable.
Yeah.
See, because right now it's -12, but it pushes back. So if I
Get
guess
rid of
if
the
they
pushback.
make it,
Yeah.
yeah. But another thing, I would have it not break guard, because I think
Yeah,
that's
that too.
ridiculous.
But the
That's
fact
the
that it's a
worst thing.
safe, heavily evasive launcher is the thing that bothers me.
Right. But I mean, even if you block it, you're losing, and that's like, come on, does it have to do that too?
Yeah.
Like, oh man. I don't know. I don't think he's that bad, other than that move.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
he's reasonable.
6A plus B is a good move, but I don't see it being like retarded.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
Everything else is reasonable about the character. He doesn't have really anything superbly dumb unless like you just don't know how to handle it. I mean, like if you're free to maxi strings, that's on your own.
he's not the easiest character to study, I guess. You have to kind of have matchup experience against him, but it's nothing that can't be dealt with.
Yeah.
We're looking at it like this is just I'm losing to a move and not to
Yeah. What do I do?
the character.
Yeah, I feel like you could have arguably said about him in previous games. Like in SC4, he was pretty unimpressive, despite the fact that he had a lot of stuff that you kind of had to know. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Was he like the worst character in 4? I think.
He
No,
was
Rock
one of
was
the
the
worst.
Oh,
he
Rock
was
was the
one
worst,
of the
huh?
worst. He was probably
No, Rock and Yoda were in their own league when it came to
right, but right. No, I understand that, but I mean, after them, I mean, Maxi wasn't that far from the bottom.
Yeah, who else? Songmina and Talon.
Talum, Maxi, Raphael,
Matalam.
Yunsung.
Oh yeah.
Youngson was bad.
Mina was actually better than all
Yeah,
of them.
Youngsung was pretty bad.
Damn, poor guy.
Yeah.
He's Korean. The Koreans are never good in those games.
Yeah.
Japan doesn't want to make a good Korean. Like that would hurt them more than anything in the whole world.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what they were thinking with Tekken then. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Freaking
I think
wrong.
as far as I would go up and down with like how much I think Lacia would need as far as
Damage.
stuff.
She needs something other than damage?
Yeah, he does actually.
What else does she need?
She doesn't have a way to contain mid-range movement at all. Like, she has to basically gamble
Make a guess.
one direction or the other. And she gets decent damage if she guesses one or the other, but she loses a lot more if she's wrong. So she doesn't have, like, say, even if it was unsafe, like, say, like a Mitsu B Slide A, or like, or even 236A for Mitsu.
Does
Something that moves
66K
her
not
forward.
cover both sides?
No, it doesn't. If it did, that would
Uh,
solve a lot of problems, but it doesn't.
okay, we'll just do
Uh,
that then.
it doesn't, though. It's like,
All
it's
right, but
pretty.
we're talking about like changing
Patching,
stuff.
yeah.
Just make
Yeah,
the
well, yeah.
yeah.
That's what I would say
Okay, so
to give her.
66K catches both sides,
Um,
and stuff does more damage.
yeah, but like 3v
You
plus
fucking
K,
love it.
3v plus K should do more damage, just in general.
What
And
is
then
Leisha 66K again? I forget what that move.
it's the swing kick.
Like,
Turn.
she's kind of just like flailing her feet in the
No,
air.
she kicks you and you turn back. You get back turn.
Oh.
And then the one auto GI she has, her 4A plus B, that shit should definitely be out for longer than like 3 frames.
Oh, please.
No, the one where she does the double hit that launches
Oh,
you.
the thing that you do for wall combos.
Oh, yeah, that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that
Maybe-
move.
Maybe
ahead.
this is why people don't talk about buffing the really bad characters, is because nobody knows the inputs for the bad characters. So it's just Zach is just having to tell us the animation for every move he wants to change, because telling us the inputs just doesn't help us at all.
Yeah. But the problem with it is the fact that it's supposed to GI horizontals, and if you do it without just guard timing, then you get counter hit for it because it's a move.
Yeah.
So that's what you're risking, even if you have the right read. And it's like, at that point, I might as well just guard. So there's no real point.
You got to have those correct defense hard reads, man.
Yeah, well.
You gotta have the super
outside
robot.
outside of that, oh, and make 4-4A faster. The slow, the slow tech crouch move.
Mm.
Because it used to be before they made it slower in the patch.
Yeah.
So outside of that, I don't think she really needs that much.
What about you, McGee?
I don't care. Like,
All right, strong words coming from Cool C
strong
McGee.
words. I mean,
All right.
I really don't. I mean, I guess I could try to form saying I want Voldo to be the best character in the game without actually saying it, but.
Well, again, like I find that there's a lot of characters where if you just change, I mean, it's something broad to say, but like if you just make Voldo faster in a few ways with like a handful of moves, then then doesn't really have any problems. It doesn't really have any like, what are his weaknesses? Like what are his issues? I don't really know.
He's a shitty AA and a shitty BB.
Say it's
Okay, well
not
then
bad.
don't use those. Fucking like
What
you
AA
don't
are
have
you
to
talking?
have.
Why is the AA bad?
I don't know. I think I remember Dime saying he didn't like the AA much.
AA is fine.
I mean, yeah, his BB is pretty pointless, but then you just don't use that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still tons of moves that you can use. I don't use Mitsu AA.
I hear Voldo's pretty good anyway. Like, not like better than even I think he is, but I haven't seen it. I mean, I guess the strongest one I've seen is Maxo, but even him, I didn't see it as Voldo, as
You
more
never
than
watched
just
Dime?
him playing. No, I've seen Dime, but it's like it's one of those things where I don't know if that's Voldo or if that's just them outplaying whoever they're playing. Or it could even be a lack of knowledge of the Voldo matchup on the opponent's part.
Yeah.
But I don't see, like, because I remember Lolo made a case for Voldo being one of the top tiers in the game a long time ago. I don't know if he still feels that way, but when he was having issues with one of the Mexican players who played Voldo. So, I don't know. There's not enough Voldo players really out there to get a good, some of it.
I mean, there's
Time to whip
Dime,
Sporko into shape.
and there's Dime, and there's Max.
Yeah, there's really just Dime, Maxhouse, Forco, and that's it.
Yeah,
Like, who
Sport
else
doesn't even really
plays?
play.
Well, I mean,
There was
but still.
Manta. There was
He
Manta
doesn't.
for a short time period, but he's gone. So
Who?
Manta,
Manta?
the
Oh,
you know,
Manta,
yeah, Manta from Cali.
That's right, yeah. I think Eris used to play Voldo before he switched to Yoshi.
Yeah, he did. Can you guys imagine how good Aeon would be if he had a low? Like a real
I mean,
low?
like, knockdown low? Or,
Like, it
Oh,
doesn't even have to be like a knockdown low. It like all you would have to do to make that character really hard to beat is to like give him something to make somebody duck. Because currently there's no reason to duck against Aeon at all.
right.
So if you just give him any reason, like if you give him anything to like actually hurt the opponent in a way that like causes them to duck, doesn't even have to knock down. Like it could be, I don't know, anything. Just make 1K like, I don't know, faster.
Well, what's wrong with 1K now? Is it just...
It's really
Slow.
slow.
Yeah,
It's really slow, and isn't it unsafe on block?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
unsafe, but it's not like you're not going to launch him for it.
No, you won't, but make it not unsafe. Make it totally safe on block.
Really?
Yeah, make it do that, and then make it a lot faster. Wouldn't that be cool to see?
Make it like a
No.
fat 1K.
Why
That would
not?
be a terrible... Who wants to see that?
Who wants to
Why
see
would
Aeon
I-
dominate the game?
What, we have too many Aeons right now? So that we're being inundated with them? Like, let's have somebody that's not one of the fucking Greeks be really good for a change.
Well, I mean, couldn't you say that about every character that doesn't have a low, like a Mitsu low or a Pat low or, you know...
I don't know, not necessarily. I mean, you know,
Like, what if
having a good
Astaroth?
low,
What if Astaroth had a good low?
that would be cool to see.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Like, that would change everything.
Yeah, that would completely change everything. But that's not necessarily a bad thing.
But I'm saying, like, a good low is like that.
Important.
Everybody could use that.
Yeah. But I mean, that's really what other weakness does Aeon have?
Frames, I guess, but
I wouldn't really even say that. That's not even that big of a. It's not really that big of a thing. Like he would still have the majority of his moves being terrible, but he would still have 6-6A and 3-3A, right? And he would still
Yeah.
have the ring outs. The
Yeah.
only reason why Aeon is easy to figure out and easy to beat is because there's no reason to duck, and so his powerful stuff can never actually be used.
He can't
Right.
win BU from half the freaking ring.
Yeah, there's nothing, you know. You can play against the best, like I've done it. You can play against the best Aeons in the world and never get hit by 1B. It's not even that difficult. You just always worry about it. Because what else is
Right.
it going to do? There's nothing else there. So just make a one-trick pony into a two-trick pony, and suddenly that's really difficult to deal with.
yeah. I guess if you had like a really strong low, that would be obnoxious. But
Reptile might actually start playing again.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it doesn't even have to be that strong. Just make 1K fast and like not unsafe on block, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't. It gives him. I don't know. It's neutral on hit, right?
Yeah.
And
okay. I guess.
and there's no like launch. There's no just like he's just annoying with it, right? You just make it
Right.
a little bit different than Ezio 2K, right? And then it's just annoying, and suddenly you got people ducking into 3B and 1B, and then it's over, you know. And then Ant's character rather
Yeah.
than a move,
Yeah.
and I think that'd
Yeah.
be cool to see. From somebody else that I was going to talk about, but I forget. Like somebody who's like really easy to like change. Oh, Siegfried. Just make Siegfried faster. Like I don't necessarily mean his moves, but I mean like give him like a nightmare backdash. Give him like movement options. You know what I mean? Like when somebody blocks Siegfried 2-2A, which is a very good move,
Yeah.
Siegfried doesn't have like, you know, and it's a move that people want to use. Siegfried doesn't have a way, like if I'm playing Mitsurugi, and I run into his face after 2-2-8, he simply does not have the frames or the movement to get out of there. Like, it's just, he now has to sit here and try to block this thing from a huge mix-up character. So just give him nightmare movement, and suddenly you can't corral him into a situation where you're definitely going to beat him up, you know? And I don't know, make like his stance auto GIs like a bit scary, kind of like with Nightmare's Grimstride A. Like you kind of have to worry about that, you
I
know?
don't. What is? He only has the one.
He
What
has
other
the B plus K, which it's a
base
GI
rolls?
versus
Yeah.
base roll
It's,
versus
it's not really
horizontal.
like it's basically nothing, right? Like that's not
Um,
really something to
I
be
mean,
worried
it's
about.
pretty good. It's
it
just
does a lot of damage.
Okay, yeah, but like everything from
It's just
him,
not practical though. That's the
yeah,
thing.
everything
right.
from Siegfried does damage. Like he's always going to have that. But the fact that he's just like cumbersome is the thing that I think limits his ability to. Because he's just going to deal with fast. Like it doesn't matter if he does a lot of damage if he never actually can hit somebody.
Yeah.
And it's not that hard to block everything the Siegfried does, aside from 4K and 1K. And yeah, you can eat 4K and 1K all day. It doesn't, you know, you
It
don't have to
doesn't
worry.
change anything.
No, yeah, you just continue to press buttons after that because what he wants to do and what everybody knows he wants to do is to do a wall rising B or a 3B. So if you just never
Or an
allow him to do
AGA.
that, or an AGA, and if you just never allow him to do that, yeah, but no Siegfried player is going to go from 1K to AGA. Like they can't.
Not after 1K. No, no.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Like he has frame advantage now, right? And so he's trying to press some sort of an advantage, trying to pressure you, but in reality, he can't. Like because you're just going to keep pushing buttons on him, and then he's just going to give up at some point. Like you know, he can't unless you literally have the most stubborn Siegfried player in the entire world, which I've never fought against, who is literally going to kill you with just 1K. Like
Right.
it's not going to happen. They're
Right.
eventually going to get greedy, and then they lose all momentum instantly. But if he has a backdash, and I don't know, something that like, because you know, like backdash 3B isn't all that scary, you know, like you're just gonna get hit on the ground and then you get back up. So like something that is scary for him to, what am I trying to say? Like
Something for him to space with.
just like you know how it's actually legitimately scary when Cervantes backdashes you because you could IGDR and then you lose half your fucking health. Like that's terrifying, and so you're scared to press buttons. So Cervantes has more pressure on you just from the threat of his incredible backdash. So what if Siegfried had something nowhere near as good as IGDR, but like something that is a lot of damage for him to deal when he backdashes somebody? You know, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't know what he would have, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it's difficult for me to say because I don't know if I want to go as far as to say 3B should just always give him the pop-up that he needs, but, you know,
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I guess that would work for him. Maybe have his stances not be as universally unsafe.
Yeah, give his stance is actually something useful to do.
Yeah.
Ezio would probably be pretty easy too. Just make his 6B, like, ridiculous. Make it
What's wrong with it
longer.
now?
Ridiculous. I
Well,
guess
make it longer or make it faster. You know,
make it a mid.
make it a mid. Wouldn't that be crazy? How many Ezio players do you think we would see if 6B was like
Yeah.
like ridiculous?
Jim would have won a tournament by now.
Jim maybe. Well, I don't know.
Poor Jim.
It's still hard
All
to
right.
say.
Poor Jim.
All right.
Yeah, that would be easy. Raphael,
Um.
not all that easy.
Yeah, that's
Raphael has a flurry of issues.
That's right. Yeah. Shit.
I mean, his biggest issue is just sidestep tech
Linearity.
routes.
Yeah.
Well, not even just linearity. The fact that he can't stop like Natsu 22A and moves similar to that.
Give
Yeah.
him like. I
Like
won't say,
horizontal mids are not really his.
I would want to say like give him like a more range 3A, to be honest. Like instead of him just like sticking his shoulder out, actually like give him like swipe across with a blade or something like that. Something that that just covers more.
But turn
like,
his shadow evade A into his something.
Yeah, like give him something
okay.
to stop the sidestepping, and you won't get destroyed every time. And I guess I would want to say like give him better. I don't know. Say give him a better counter hit Fisher. I mean, because like he's really just gets his damage out, basically just punishing you for everything, and then basically then he'll go.
I mean,
for, like,
6B is still pretty good at that. Like
yeah, that's true for a
backstep.
backstep. Yeah, if he catches you in a movement, he gets the full thing, but you confirm it. Like I guess I guess if anything, he's trying to give you the duck is like he'll go up and do like the 3-3K Brave Edge or something like that. I mean, Yeah, like I said, what Jay said, he has a lot of holes, so it's like it'd be a big thing to try and make him more reasonable. So I mean,
Well, he's another character you really don't have to duck against either.
no, not at all. Yeah. Let's see. He has the really two slow lows, and then he just has like the haha kick, and then nothing else really.
Oh, kick. Yeah. All right. Well. I don't know.
Who's another bad character that is possible to make better?
Devilgen.
Have we missed somebody?
Devilgen?
Fuck Devilgen.
What, you mean give him the Devilgen frames from fucking Tekken?
No.
Well, give him some range too.
Right.
He doesn't have a lot of range.
Yeah, like oh god, I forget the move Devilgen has. It's
I
actually
do
like,
kind of find it hilarious that Devilgen is the perfect example of why you should never enter a weapon fight with no weapons.
Yeah.
Because like
Always
Heihachi,
chasing somebody. Yeah.
Heihachi was stupid good when he tried it, but then like Devilgen is like, yeah, this is why-
Heihachi can headbutt robots to pieces. He's just
Yeah.
total character.
it's so ironic too, because Devilgen's like top 5 in Tekken. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how you would. I don't know how. Yeah, like I said, yeah, just give him more range, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what else. I guess you would really throw out for terms.
I don't
of
have
like,
enough information in terms of like.
Yeah, nobody.
What,
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know a ton about him. Like I would.
I'm sure Particle does, but
I guess like I want to, but the only thing I can like reasonably say is like at least give him like some like the actual like, like make his moves a lot better than what they're supposed to be from like kind of Tekken, but like not the Tekken frames, but just a little bit better that they're reasonable. Because like all the moves that you think are really shitty are actually like extremely good in Tekken, so it's like, all right, I don't have to care about this. So it's like actually give them somewhat of a depth to the move itself instead of just being like, all right, I can punish this, because that's pretty much his entire moveset. I can punish this. So I mean,
Yeah.
I guess another character you would want to make better. Is Tiro bad in really any regard, or does she kind of just have? She's already kind of cut out for herself.
she's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
Tira's like
It's just nobody
perfectly
plays her.
mid tier.
yeah.
Yeah, nobody plays her, so it's too difficult to say.
Hmm.
I mean,
I-
Natsu's pretty good.
Yeah, Natsu's fine. I guess Ivy. Is she really missing much of anything? I guess.
Punisher.
Yeah,
Uh,
a firm
make
one.
her
I guess.
make
Well-
her faster.
I guess. I mean, I
She
still
doesn't
think
punish-
6B8K is still pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. It needs to be faster. Because
It's
the
like 12
Mitsu
seconds.
matchup is practically unwinnable.
For Ivy, you mean?
Yeah,
Oh, well, I mean,
Mitsu
I guess you
really
need
beats her.
something that does. She needs a damage Punisher, but she
Yeah.
has a fast one. Like that does.
Yeah, the speed
decent
is
damage.
fine, but it's just like straightly. She gets I think her heaviest punish on 2KB on hit is BB.
Yeah, something like that.
That's
I think
terrible.
it's like-
that doesn't
like
distress me at all.
It's like her like weird like 6B8K or something like that. She also has, which is weird. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think she
well,
can do
yes.
her Brave Edge, her 1B Brave Edge. So I don't think she can do that. But I don't know.
She needs damage in faster areas. Is the issue.
Yeah.
It's either like she's too polarizing in the sense she's either slow and heavy damaging or fast and weak, and there's no in between. Like I guess 3B is kind of the in between.
Yeah, like,
but other
so,
than
like
3B,
yeah.
Yeah, 3B. Yeah, 3B is that.
Well, like once you've made like your game initial that you're relying on 3B, it kind of becomes standard to know how to be able to deal with that, and then you usually just kind of just
yeah, now
ruin
you're
the whole
just
plan.
dealing with 3B. And,
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, it doesn't become that hard.
Anyone want to take a shot at how we can make Dampier better?
I mean, if he wasn't random,
Yeah.
I mean that's really the thing that kills him. But then again, I
Make
mean,
him actually able to like actually stop sidestepping.
But yeah, well, yeah.
His AA can't jail. 6A is slow as all hell. His 6A is like has as bad as like.
Yeah, the AA not jailing, that should be universal.
That's funny as hell though.
Like that's weird.
That
Like,
just makes me laugh. I love it. But yeah, he really has no horizontals whatsoever.
Yeah, all his best moves are verticals. So
And even those verticals are once again a 50% chance of happening. So it's like, all right.
It does do some good damage though, so he has that going for him.
True enough. Yeah. Then basically, unless like that's also if you can do the just frame, which I have never known how to
Well, I
do.
mean, you figure if you're gonna play Dampier, you can't not do that just frame. Like that's like something you must know.
I think there's like two people in this community who play Dampier and just don't have that on down, but they just kind of just attempt to mash it out. Or I don't know what they do for that.
Who are the other who?
It's besides oof being the standard, thing, but there's like it's like oh my foot I think is one, and then like Mark KO, and I think they're both from California, I believe, because
I
I
don't
remember
believe I've heard of them.
I hear them a lot from I forget Ben used to talk to me a lot about them. Basically, they always be like really always go to like NCR, SCR, and like exit wounds and whatnot, and they were thing, but they would just try and play this character that was just unusable, but they would. I guess I don't think they had the kicks on down. They just kind of just played the character as it was. So it's like that's kind of a struggle. So I'm like, I don't know why you would do that to yourself.
Okay. Do we have time for one more or no?
How long have we been running for? Like an hour and a half, pretty much.
Yeah, we can probably do one more.
Yeah, might as well.
All right. So
Depending on if it's
I just
fast,
wanna-
because I do have to go relatively soon.
Okay.
I just want to go over the rage quitting hate mail discussion because
All right, I'll see you guys later.
apparently that's a thing that is quite popular, especially with online. But there has been a few offline rage quits. One of them that comes to my mind is Perfect Legend against Forever King and Injustice. But outside of that, it just like if there's one thing that I see on the competitive page, it's just either who's that guy, the UK player that plays Nightmare?
Oh, Zero. That's Zero.
Oh, that's Zero. Okay, yeah, like he loves the rage quitting and the hate mail and
Exposing
stuff.
scrubs, yeah.
And
That's his whole spiel.
Oof was a big hate mail guy for the longest time, and it's just like I just personally don't see the appeal. Like if somebody rage quits on me, that's just annoying. It's like, well, fuck, I just wasted my time fighting this
Playing
guy.
him. Yeah.
It's something. It's just something to have that you were able to make somebody rage quit. If you don't have anything else, then it's something to hang your hat on.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
That's
I
all.
I mean,
guess.
and I also think to some degree, like getting hate mail from someone, it means they took time out of their.
That's true.
They took
To write
time
you something.
to send you a
I
message.
will say, hate mail is definitely different in that aspect because you know that they had to keep the mad in order to type in whatever they were typing in, or sometimes they even record their voice for you. It's just like, god damn, man.
You were really that upset, huh?
That's beyond anger at that point. That's
I
like a
mean,
premeditated. This is gonna get him.
I really
He's gonna care now.
don't care about rage quitting because more or less I just feel like I wasted the last 3 minutes of my life because that guy
Yeah.
left the match and I don't get any points.
Hate mail can be hilarious, but like rage quitting is just like, oh, come on, man, really?
Yeah, like I don't feel like that's something that we like I don't think we ever need to like really just see. It's like, all right, congrats, they rage quit. I mean, like, yeah, the hate mail has like some reason because it sometimes can be funny and whatnot, but like rage quitting's like, yeah, it's like you're wasting my time and this why I don't know. I don't have a way to even say anything about that besides just okay, you just wasted my time. That's like there's nothing else to it besides that.
Yeah, I know Fusion had a couple of stories, but he's obviously not here. So, but yeah, it just it's not even worth celebrating to me. But I mean, I guess some people just love it because it's funny.
Yeah, no, it's
to
like
them.
Yeah, that's basically it.
yeah, pretty much.
That's all it is.
I mean, like some people actually try to make it happen. Like that's why they're playing that particular person. Like, let me see
Yeah.
if I can make him rage quit.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
Make it their goal, upload it to YouTube, and then share it with their friends.
yeah. Like, all right,
All right, great, nice,
You did it.
good job, dude.
It happened.
That's what it should say every time. Every time you upload that to YouTube, just good job, dude. Like that's the end of it. Nobody gives a shit.
Well, basically, like putting up any online matches seems a bit silly to me.
Why is that?
because they don't mean anything.
Yeah, pretty
Because
much.
there's so many external factors that make it pointless.
Well, okay, but
There were two channels that would do that pretty often. It was like Olympic Gaming, and then some other dude would just like upload like random favorites people like A1 people had on their things. And it's like, all right, I can upload this, and it's like you just would do it without like a second. Like it could have been like it could have been something completely stupid. It could have been like a complete exposure video, and he would just upload it and be like, all right, what's this
yeah,
supposed
that's
to
the other
mean?
one. The exposed videos. They belong in the category too. It's like, oh, LOL exposed. Like,
All right, good job, dude.
pretty much. Like, goddamn, man.
I don't
Fucking-
know.
Back when YouTube used to have the where you could send a video response to, like, if you put up a video, somebody that sees it can attach one of theirs to yours, and you get it right away. And this guy, who I may have mentioned before, Neil Ramirez, would do that shit. Like, he would just put up a bunch of videos of him winning the few matches he would win, and then that would be like his way of saying, "Hey, look, I'm beating these guys who you've probably seen in tournaments." And it's like, all right, but what about the other 10 to 12 games that you didn't win? Like, those just are mysteriously gone from the world. But
I mean, I kind of agree with Jay. Like, I really don't. I mean, I've uploaded single matches before, but I really don't want to watch online matches, and I really don't want to watch your single rank snipe that may have been a 2-bar. Like,
well, yeah. I mean, if it's people that like let's say, two tournament players who are known to have good sets with each other are just playing online, and they put it up for like an exhibition, or like, maybe they need to learn a matchup and they're trying to study the matchup, or they ask for tips on it. Like, kind of like how Jay put up his match from NEC, even though he didn't record it himself. But, just things like that. Like, I can see reasons for people putting up their matches, but, some people just make it too personal, and they take their victories online with all the external factors, and, it means a little more than it probably should. Yeah.
Rage quitting sucks.
All right. So, I guess that would be all.
What a topic to end it
yeah,
on.
okay. Thanks for watching Spectator Cast number 15. We'll try to have another one of these before another 2 months.
Yeah, really.
Jay, do you want to say anything?
I love everybody.
Okay.
Sponsor us.
I guess we should say that Fusion will no longer be on the cast. He's had some personal things come up that don't give him the time to be on here anymore.
I have killed Fusion.
So we've
I have consumed his strength.
after a very long selection process, we picked Jay because we feel he has an equal, if not stronger, hatred for Karando as Fusion.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure that that's true. Karando's fucking weird, man.
Okay, we're done. Thanks for watching.